That should be a GG this way. We're 42 HP. He needs like a miracle, like a couple of companions to be exactly a discount and just like, you know, not rope and all that good stuff and just like try to win out of it. Might not be the case, though. Oh my! So this card actually makes a Razzle-Dazzler really good though. Wow, my dude. Didn't think of that. That is awesome. 18 damage, so that is still GG. So today we're playing this deck, which is my new recent addition of Button's BFU Excavate DK. I was thinking about actually trying an Excavate package overall. It felt like it might have a shot right now in current ladder. The Button's package overall wins you most of the games, right? In a mid-range kind of like matchup. But overall, its Excavate package might actually give you an edge in heavily control matchup overall. You have like a lot of win conditions overall just because of this being a BFU. You can do a Climatic Necrotic Explosion. A Corpsicle by itself is just like one spell that gives you an ability to actually buff a Climatic Necrotic Explosion to the full extent of it, right? As many corpses as you can get, like you can spend all with just one Corpsicle if the game goes long enough. The Climatic Necrotic Explosion will be like heavy overall. Excavate package, obviously its ceaseless expanse can actually be resurrected with an Excavate package, but you have to be careful about that stuff. Obviously, you just have to keep in mind that if you want to resurrect a minion with a red and give it lifesteal in a reborn, you might actually try to squeeze in a Reska, and a ceaseless is just like your last resort before you actually do something like a ceaseless plus a Climatic Necrotic Explosion a turn, like whatever it is, when you have like 10 mana and a late game overall. This way you will have like an empty board against you plus a full board of yourself plus a huge amount of damage into someone's face if you didn't like win out of it, right? The Kil'jaeden is still there, just in case if everything goes wrong. Griftah by itself appeared to be a little better in an AEC. We changed the mind control tag to a Griftah because it might give you take control with just like one minion on the board, right? If there is, for example, some kind of like Starship deck, you might just like take control of it and hit an opponent hard and just might win you a game out of it, right? Frozen Over, it was added there specifically because you might actually encounter some matchups. Hey there, my dude. Some matchups against rocks, for example, draw a lot of cards from their decks. They have all of those like combos going on. You shuffle for example 5 plaques. And you do a Frozen Over, and for them to to draw a lot of cards from the deck, a lot of blacks and stuff. Like yesterday when I tried this deck piloted before, like when I was cooking it, we were playing against a Miracle Rock, and at some point they just drew all the cards from their deck. I shuffled like 5 blacks from shuffled like 5 blacks in their deck. They burned one, right? They burned one, and there were like only 4 left, but they were 21. Hey there, my dude, welcome to the stream. So as far as it is, the burned ones, they had like 4 plaques in it, and I just used a Frozen Over for them to get like 21 damage in one turn, and then at that point, that specifically, we were like at 2 health, and nothing helped us, and we just won the game out of it. Fully ODKing an opponent just by using these cards. So I added this in an ADC. I kind of think that it's really strong against all of those rocks and all the good stuff. But as it is right now, the deck was extremely strong, performed pretty well so far. I kind of love the list. It can actually yeah, I'm kind of like a deck builder, so you can actually do all of that crazy stuff on the board, get a tempo early enough. You have all of those Dreamplanner Zephrys, Malted Magma with an Ethereal Oracle to clear the board against a board-oriented decks like a Shaman, for example. and win out of that spot, right? So you can refill the board after, like, on starting from turn 5, 6, 7, right? Considering like what do you want? You want an Excavate package for a cheap refill of the board. You want a Razzle-Dazzler, Marine is there just like for the sake of actually winning out a late game. So overall, the deck can actually win anything. All you need to do is kind of like play well and you know, rely like hope for some kind of like, you know, a little luck right there with the draws. But as far as it is, let's jump right in. Before we start, I want to thank all of you guys who liked, shared and commented under the videos. We are this close to 1,000 subscribers and that is huge. If you are not subscribed yet, and I know a lot of you aren't, please hit that follow button to help me reach this goal and finally get monetized on YouTube. And by the way, if you want to be a part of the next video and immortalize yourself on this channel, make sure to share all of your interesting deck ideas in the comment. And you know, if your deck is impressive, I will try the list on the next stream and will mention you as a genius who created it. But if you're not up to this challenge, that is why no one will remember your name. Let's get hyped! Oh, we're wrong, okay. And there's only 5 months old version of it? Oh, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting though. Do I want an E.T.C against the Rogue? I kinda do, but I also want to actually, like, you know, get on the board early and try to finish them off with Roots of Darkness into a foam, right? And that is a potential for us. Let's just do that for now. If you don't find a foam, we hope for at least a stuff of the Primus and for us to actually find a Helya at some point. Do you have a list? Do you have a list? I could take a look. No problem. Could take a look and see how it goes. Here's a foam for us. That's nice. Location Druid. Well, as I said, I've seen it only once, I think. And it didn't perform well. A person was like cooking it so far. Didn't find it appealing at that point. But I guess since the recent patch, there might be some like, you know, good cards added overall. That might actually do the trick. Oh, here's a nice top deck for us. That is a nice top deck for us. But our hand is extremely heavy, you know, which are also late games on against the Rogue. The wants to finish you before like to turning, hopefully for that was a good hand, right? Oh, you have the list, nice, bro. Nice. I have to like get it up. I think I will add that to my list after the game, and I will take a look and see how it goes so far. Maybe if I like it, I might just actually play it at some point. Sure, man. Sure. Sure, mate. I will take a look. As I said, after the stream, I will just like add it to my list and see how, you know, play out with the cards and see how it goes. Oh, it's a Shafaro. Against the Shafaro, we don't really have rats in this deck. Unfortunately for us, don't really have rats in this deck. And we didn't have a good start. That might be actually a game over, unless they actually draw bad. Unless they actually draw bad. Badly, right? What can we do here? Helya doesn't help us here. Ceaseless is way too far. I guess a Dreamplanner Zephrys, right? But they might go an aggressive playstyle with a deckhand, right? I guess without a deckhand, the deck is pretty much unplayable, though. Well, obviously, bro. At any point in this stream can be over as a rocket flies in, right? That is how Ukraine feels right now. Didn't play anything. Okay, let's do that. Let's hope for this guy to actually not run a deckhand. Oh, it is. But you know, we're living in this for already like 3 years lately with this kind of like strat, and 8 years before that with you know, a milder strat like this, you know, milder. Before they didn't launch rockets like everywhere, right? You know. Before they were just doing a specific territory. Do you come from YouTube, by the way? Or are you in my battle community out there? Kind of curious. So what do we do here? Yeah, from YouTube. Welcome, by the way. Welcome to the stream. So what do we want here? We cannot like we either waste a coin here by playing Burrow Buster. Lightning Storm, Cross Strike. Burrow Buster next turn and still wasting a coin. Shadow or Dash is kind of like valuable for me. We can do a foam. We can do a foam, remove a 6/5 this way. Cannot remove both. That is actually a pity. We need to do that. Is there a way that I don't see? I don't believe so. Developed foam, Lightning Storm, Frost Strike. Well, there is a way, but I don't like it though. There is a way to actually do a Lightning Storm into Frost Strike and find specifically a Horn of the Winter to refresh 2 mana and do a Shadow Ward Dash to actually, like, you know, raise both of the minions. That is about it. But I don't like it so far, it's too much. We're overloaded, plus we waste a lot of resources. He'll bounce it back, unfortunately, and spreads what is spell burst, right? Yeah, I kind of do. you jumped in while I was explaining this deck for the YouTube, so that is fine, my dude. That is fine. Don't you worry. So he didn't bounce it back, he didn't do like any of them. I kinda need a Burrow Buster. We're still like at full
Choose with care.
We can do a Griftah. We need a Griftah, by the way. We can waste a foam and take 6 more. But if he has a deckhand, we're kind of like that anyway, right? Burrow Buster for 2. Like, what do we have for 2? Something like a sap. That's about it, right? Don't we have more Excavates this way? I kind of want a coin to be in. I kind of want a coin to be here. Do we mill intentionally? I don't believe so. I think this is a little better. Well, as a chunk, let's see what happens out there. What a corpse farm, okay. Yeah, corpse farm is kind of useless for us, but it is what it is. A 2/2 on the board will not like serve any kind of purpose. If you prolong the game for like 3 more shots right there, we might just like have something good from a corpse farm. A couple more turns is all we need. He's not actually, you know, playing anything. I'm kind of curious what kind of hand he has. He should be having everything so for him. Ten of Knives just tries to cycle. And the Burgundy, well, I guess it should be a GG. It should be a GG. Oh, we can deal with like one, but if he has a coin into a deckhand, we're just, you know, we're just dead anyway. Yeah, we are. Okay. As I saw, finally found it. As I said, like if he has a deckhand, that is game over obviously for us. At any point, like this turn, next turn, or the other turn, he'll just like buff a deckhand and just like go into a base at some point, easily out there. Yeah, GG. Unfortunately. Yeah, it was not the deck that we wanted to actually play though. Yeah. Oh. I guess the shaman should be a little easier though. Okay, let's see what's up. Frost Strike, Razzle. Balance is something that we want actually. I kind of want a Malted Magma. Marine, okay. You have the turn, right? If you have the turn. Might actually consider adding a Breach, right? Breach is kind of like a cool card. But what do we substitute? Like both of the Scarabs? Oh, a typo. Both of the Scarabs. I hate it though. Maybe Young. Young. But Young is kind of like important for an Escalade though. Winds of Darkness and no Winds of World. Ethereal Oracle. It's kind of like a drone. I kind of like the list so far. Maybe Marine. Maybe Marine for one. But where is the second card? Young. Becomes so much a mid-range deck. So much a mid-range deck. Razzle-Dazzler for us. Now let's see what's up. A Crusher for us. That is interesting, by the way. Okay, let's go. That is a heal. Trust a companion, okay. I'll kind of save for a couple of turns on Oreska for us. How many cards will we draw? 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll mill something if we do that. We can do an Excavate here. Push 3 damage. Doesn't help us so much though. But it might be another chunk into some kind of spell, and a typo people might just give it to us back. For example, like a thread, right? Oh, not a thread, it's just like a 2-drop, not a thread. Something like a Down with the Ship or Frost Strike, but we can just like mill something. I don't believe like we need all of those cards to actually win this matchup. We just like need a Malted Magma here. Let's go. Let's mill intentionally. Let's mill intentionally and see how it goes on. Oh, hello Cookie. Oh, hello Cookie. You want to trade everything? No, not everything, really no. That is weird though. That is a little weird though. So what do we have here? We have like 2 damage to everything. I guess we're doing this anyway. Reducing the damage this way. Let's go. Good. Oh, clear next turn. Typo is ready for another micro. Oh my god. So he just draws 4 cards this way. So that is a nostalgia list, as far as I remember, right? That is a nostalgia list. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Crusher for us.
What is best?
Crusher for us. Malted Magma out. That's a lot of damage, so it's 2 extra damage this way. But a Crusher is developed in such a case. Plus we like, you know, do some good stuff. Another type of pupil for another molded. Down with the ship next turn. After that, Crusher into some face or whatever it is. Malted. Fire Frost. We kind of need to spend the shadows on. Okay, let's do that in such a case. Let's do that in such a case. I kind of want to Razzle-Dazzler next turn. Oh, that is pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Nostalgia deck. Well, we still have a Malted Magma as well. But I think we have to risk this with a Razzle-Dazzler and hope for some kind of like, you know, kind of like rush minions and taunts. I think that is the best way to do that. You can do a Malted Magma freeze, there's 2 minions. No, we cannot do a Malted Magma freeze, right? 1 mana off. So that is like the only option for us. Yeah. Oh, 0-0, bro. Oh my god, this Razzle-Dazzler, bro. 0-0 so far. I guess if he has a Bloodlust, he won, right? I guess he should have, like, he should have that. If he went for that kind of play. My god, bro. What a garbage Razzle-Dazzler. That is 8 damage, he needs 3 more. It's kind of irony. He has another pop-up book for an exactly, sorry. Just needs 1 damage on. He actually drew a pop-up book. Like, that is the only lost card in his deck that actually provides damage into someone's face. My friend, how lucky can you be, Razzle-Dazzler, not giving us anything though, and you actually drawing a pop-up book? Oh my god. Okay. I'm just like recording the video right now. I cannot like spend the sufficient amount of time to actually look at the deck right now. Unfortunately for us. I will, as I said, I will take a look after the stream, no problem whatsoever. As soon as the stream ends, as soon as I'm done recording the video, I will go into the collection, still on the stream, just don't go anywhere, you know, and we'll take a look. So, don't you worry about that. I will take a look. A warrior. So I guess the only playable warrior, as far as I remember, is Mr. Odin, right? Mr. Odin. That goes infinite with a Zola and a Fizzle potentially, right? Or something like this. Oh, so many plans. Okay, let's go for stuff with the Primus from here. Let's go. Looks decent. Looks decent for us. How do we shuffle? I guess we go for it. And hopefully I'm not to top deck any kind of play, so.
Stop and smell the
Mm-hmm. Oh, so that is an Orion starship, right? Orion starship.
You have earned an eternity of torment.
Orion starship. With hydration stations, all of that good stuff. Oof. I guess we're doing bottoms next turn. We're not in a rush with the stuff of the Primus. So. Oh, Mr. Mac Warrior. Oh wow. Haven't seen this one for so long though. Let's go, my dude. I'm curious about that stuff. Well, Strats is an awesome to pick up for that. Oh my. Oh my. A weapon developed with 1 durability and you top deck a dummy, bro. What is this game today? How am I playing that? What is this game today? Why is it so harsh on me? Why is it so harsh on me, bro? Okay, let's go. My friend. I don't even know though. We don't really have a location with starship base. It's kind of like on the way. But it consumes some damage. This consumes some damage too. Dimensional core. Is it like any usable for us?
Choose with
Or whatever. Whatever. Do we equip a weapon here? I kind of want to go healing that stuff. I don't know. Burrow. Turn 5 a dream. Really? I guess you do what you gotta do. What do we need here? What do we need here? The cube, my friend. I can just consider it now. That is like... What the hell is that curve? Like, I played this for so much, and I never had a curve like this. Never in my life. And my hand, right? And my hand. How about we change some things? How about we actually add to breaches? It might be the case. Might be the case. Let's add 2 breaches on. A few buttons. Let's reduce like the mana cost of our deck here. Marine is out. Let's do the 2 breaches zone. Where's that one? Oh, let me add the deck while I didn't forget about that stuff. Or is it like 10 mana? I didn't see it. I guess a druid. Okay.
the last act of sacrifice is mine.
Kobold, which is nice. The deck is kind of weird, but it's not yours. Okay, that's not a problem. That is not a problem, though. Guess a druid. We have to know actually what kind of druid that is. If that is If there is a starship, they might just like have a Kil'jaeden. We don't really have to rely heavily on that one. We just like need a Frostmourne here. Right? So let's go with a Kobold Miner and see how it goes. Like we have to see what he plays out on 4 mana. That is about it. Have to see what he plays out before we actually decide what to do here. Either to shuffle flags or like, you know. He's in my dude. Mockstar, my friend. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the stream zone. Thanks. I will need luck here a little. But as far as it is, like when I climb to legend, I just like try to actually test out some pretty cool concepts and decks, like to see how it plays out before we actually hit a legend. After that, there will be like a little more serious climb out there. So what do we want? Do you want some tempo? Do you want some tempo though? Oh, hell yeah. We can, like, you know, shuffle. The game gives us a Crusher and a Soul Breaker. Next turn 4 Helya, after that... I guess a Crusher is fine. But it might need corpses.
What is best?
I don't believe like our health here is in so much trouble. It feels like there is specifically a starship. Because an ONK druid it would just cycle much more on the first couple of turns. Oh my! Don't Dungar me on 5, bro. What is happening there today in this game? How am I facing this? New heights into innervate cluster. Oh my god, bro.
You have earned an eternity.
If there is a Dungar right now, he's like, you know, touching this card right now. If there is a Dungar, that is turn 5 Dungar, bro. That is like the fastest you can get it so far as I remember.
Keep it together.
No, Justice play. Okay, fine. Okay.
Witness true arcane magic.
Let's do that for now.
How enigmatic.
Oh, Commodity Necrotic. Oh, that's pretty cool. Next Draenei. Don't really have any. Nerubian or Stereototem. Stereototem's kind of like useless for us. Nerubian might just like do the trick. Does he have like any kind of... No, I don't believe so. I don't believe Nerubian is actually playable here. I might find a Draenei from kind of like Escalates or whatever it is. Stereototem though. Okay, fine, let's go.
No reprieve.
No kill it?
No
Nah.
reprieve.
He might have a bad hand though. He doesn't have a Dungar. But he might just find it though. Which whale? Oh wow. That's interesting. Ghost face, really? Wow. I mean, okay. That's okay. You can do whatever you want, my dude. You can do whatever you want. Let's do that for now. Do I want the last Malted Magma here? I kind of want to buff Azealiax as much as possible, in case we actually we're actually lucky enough to survive that one. Unfortunately, didn't buff Azealiax, so 7 damage. Factor Assembly Bomb, bro. What is this deck? It was played like 2 months ago. in this specific version of it. With a bleached whale, factory assembly bot, and all the good stuff. Dude, wow. Like, my god. Okay. Oh, we have a mine, which is actually pretty awesome though. We can kind of destroy a 4-1. It doesn't matter to us. I don't believe so though. But it's a couple of more kills, which is important. But I kind of want like a mine to be here to actually freeze all of those. Hope for him not to have anything good. Have a higher chance to actually freeze all of those big minions. Okay. That is something. That is some heal. We're at 6 HP right now. One swipe and one hero power is just like, you really do? Are you really doing a Yogg here? You can like ruin your whole game out there by playing a Yogg, bro. That is a thank you already. That's nice. You can ruin your whole game out there, bro. And you freeze your own me. Bro, you got too excited, I would say. You need some damage into your minions, not mine, bro. But that is fine. But that is fine. I want to... Primus is unplayable, really? Primus is unplayable, but I guess I have to do that anyway. No, we have to freeze here. That's a lot of damage. We have to freeze. And hopefully to freeze 6-4. We also have higher chances for that to happen. I actually cannot like hit anything here.
All who venture here must sink or swim.
Dude, you almost lost the game to me. Being this ahead though. Being this ahead and almost losing a game like this. Oh, and I didn't freeze a 6-4. How can we even? The only minions that we needed to freeze, right? I'm not sure what is happening these days. These guys hitting a perfect curve, and me, you know, not being lucky in anything so far. Not sure what that is. How does this happen? But it is what it is. Guess the mage, okay. This E.T.C is kind of worthless. Malted Magma is something that we need. Cross Strike is obviously something that we need. Ooh, that is a good hand though. Oh, that's some good hand. Okay, let's start it out. Flint can be actually good if it cooperates with us. Might get a hit wave out of it. What is that one? Skip the turn like this. Interesting. We might just like go for Temple Flint here. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, nice. Trolley problem, just for a cost of a coin. Awesome enough. Malfunction. Spell Mage. A Spell Mage, interesting. Let's see what's up. Do you have like a keyboard? Do you have one spots the difference right now? Elemental companions can actually do the trick, right? A tide ball, all of that good stuff. Primordial Clip twice. Oh, awesome. Awesome, my friend. Infinitize from a Primordial. Well, okay. Well, it's kind of slow, but it's fine, right? For kind of slow, but it's fine. A Corpsicle here. Not really interested in that one. Okay, he might not have too many minions so far. Let's try, you know, to do something like this. Dead Air for us. Harbinger of Winter. I don't really need a Harbinger because we don't really have any more Frost spells left. We will not, you know, freeze him as far as I see him in the nearest future. So this is kind of like worthless. Might find a freeze from a Frost Strike though. That would be a 1 mana 4/4. That's not too bad. Dead Air is kind of useless for us. Okay, I'll say yes. It's kind of like more tempo potential. Might find a freeze from a Frost Strike. A Void Scripture for 0, okay. Shooting Star, not too bad. And a Heatwave, oh my. On top deck of a Heatwave. Interesting. Rewind. Rewind. You can find a Crusher here. But the Snow Shredder is still not playable. I kind of want an Airlock Breach to the full extent. I guess we're playing this out by itself. And that's it. It's just like a bigger minion overall. Don't really need a freeze on someone's face here. And a hit weapon again, okay. And a shooting star and a hero pawn, okay. Good stuff. Nothing to think about. Let's just go out for a good heal. And a Blizzard from Infinitize, interesting. It's not too bad, another Infinitize as I saw. That is why he actually used the Cluster, just to find some answers. Because he cannot like play bows. Dreamplanner Zephrys for us, which is awesome though. Kind of want to Runes of Darkness right now. It's up, bro. Oh, long time no see though. How you doing there? How is the battlegrounds going on for you, my friend? Oh, tell me the story of a century here. How was your battleground? You're having fun, my dude. How did that happen? How did that happen to you? You're having fun here. Well, we have enough corpses. No, not really. Oh, we might have, right? So we have to equip that one. We have to equip that one. It deals 3 damage right now. Is there a patch soon instead? No. Not soon. In about like 10 days or something. Tsunami from an Infinitize. Oh my. Oh my. Interesting. Primus for us. Awesome.
The rules decide your fate.
Screaming Banshee. Ooh, that can be awesome though. Let's destroy that dude. Have a repackage here. Hmm. So it's still unplayable? Well, kinda. Kinda. Yeah, there are a lot of rocks right there. So you cannot, like, you know, build a consistent deck around. Because they might just, like, still high roll you out of your minds. There are still, like, Odin Warriors who try to go infinite and all that good stuff. You still have to, like, build a deck that actually tries to go into a late game. So, you know, a lot of things going on right now that are, you know, a little scary so far. Okay, let's go. Probably go face, right? Yep. We have more than enough damage for us, you know. Oh, another star power, not running. That's cool. Was even lucky enough to, you know, actually kill Everson though. So I guess we have to play a Screaming Banshee here, right? Oh. Oh, Razzle-Dazzler, huge one by the way. What did we not play? What did we not play though? Nature Shadow Frost. So we didn't play a fire here. Okay, let's go. That should be a GG this way. That should be a GG this way. We're 42 HP. He needs like a miracle. Like a couple of companions to be exactly a discount and just like, you know, not rope and all that good stuff and just like try to win out of it. Might not be the case though. Oh, here's the first one. And he didn't high roll. Okay. As I said, he needs a couple. One elemental companion by itself is just like cannot do the trick. Oh. That was your second hit by him. Vibration. But it's not a rush, so. He tries to survive somehow here. 21. Oh wow, he actually, you know. He was actually close, you know. He was actually close. Tried to survive like crazy though. That was a good one from him, but was not enough from him. So how are the battle counts going? Do you reach 6k already? 6k, as far as I remember, is like the rank that is, you know, it doesn't burn, right? As soon as you actually hit 6k, you're on it like for life, right, or something like this. The last time I played Battlegrounds, it was like this, you know. And that was a long time ago, though. Oh, against another droid. Okay.
The last act of sacrifice is mine.
Let's see how it goes this time. Couple of skeletons here. Yeah, we need some good down there, though. Again, like our hand is a little heavy, so. We have a lot of early game. We just like continue not drawing at all. Cannot relation. Still a Dunker, right? Still a Dunker, and we have nothing on the early game. Innervate, more pure and skip. A wild growth. Still have a coin. Dude, awesome start though. I don't know what is happening right now. It it feels like each time I queue in. And a trail mix already. So he has like one and another one. So he has a Doomgirl already in his hand, really? Really? Awesome.
You have
Awesome,
earned an
bro.
eternity of toil.
Ionar, Doomgar, what is it?
Picture the adventure of a lifetime.
It's a turn 4. That's the fastest Doomgar I've ever seen in the recent patch though. Fastest one. 0 cares in the world. My god, bro. What is up with me these days? Like what is happening? There is a second one. It was a perfect like that was not like even in the dreams, it was like statistically impossible. My god, what? How is that? Oh my god. Okay. That's not. That should be fair, right? Finally.
No king rules forever.
Unless they play an FFU. I guess. Well, at least this time we have something to play in an early game, bro. we faced Doomgar Druids 2 times and we had like 0 early game in our hand.
One dose solves any problem.
Oof. Slippery Slope. Return. Well, return is kind of nice though. But I kind of want something to play though. Let's go for a return, fine. Return policy is in play, right?
Eyes on the horizon.
Fine. Remorseless Winter. Real Bomb Buccaneer. What does it say? Does that mean that that is probably a starship, right? Or maybe still it's some kind of like weird stuff. Real Bomb is just like a really good card, so might be an FFU too. Remorseless Winter.
There's not much time.
Kind of feels like we have to take this one. I don't know why. Maybe because we need card draw. Okay, let's go. Feels like it. I would actually pick up the Horn here, probably. But it feels like I have to pick up Remorseless Winter here. So that is how you play out. So we have 0 way to actually, you know, actually destroy their duty. Except like finding something from here. Not really want to play anything. Let's go with the strats next turn, right? Feels better. Even if that is an FFU, just like clears the board here. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go.
Great harvest.
Oh, so that is not an FFU, that is just like something random, something like a BFU, right? Do you have a way to remove this one? Let's see what this gives us. Well, fine. Oh, forgot about that one, dude. Forgot about that one. That's just a well board here, right? Like this. Let's go with this one. Frozen, oh, interesting. I kind of want this one. There was nothing actually really good there. I would never pick a Wave of Nostalgia, even though right now I know that it would be actually pretty good, considering how well we did on the tempo. But you know, Garden Zone, okay. Rather, we can do stuff this zone. That is not like, you know, a bad idea overall. Let's do that. Now the Scarab. Well, that is awesome. So we have a Holy Spell here if we want, which is awesome. Let's go. So we played like what? Nature and the Frost. We need to play a Shadow and hopefully a Holy. Oh, Skeleton for us. 2 damage to everything, 3/3 and face by face. That's pretty decent though. That's pretty decent.
Always move forward. You train blasphemy.
Blasphemy. Okay, good stuff. We have a pretty good board right now. We have a Razzle-Dazzler pretty much ready for us. Marine. Ooh. And a Soul Searching. So that is a BFU, so that is a Plague DK, right? Plague DK, okay. Plague BFU that I posted pretty much like yesterday or something. We need a room for 5. If you want to play that one. You can do a Skeleton Crew and bounce it off. But I guess this is like better. There you go. I have to hit that one, come on. No, treasure. Is that a strat? Really? That's pretty cool. A Reborn is there? That is nice. If, you know, if each time there is a Divine Shield on that one, it would be actually alive. But it was still, at least we have a 3/1 this point. That is awesome though. Okay, let's go for a second one, I guess, right? Well, we can do a Watcher of the Sun. Try to go for it, though. Nah, I just want to kill him next turn. Literally. Is that that card actually messes up like Razzle-Dazzler so much these days.
The citadel stands.
Chill Fallen, okay. We're trying to lethal here, bro. You know? The cheese for 5 costs. Nothing good for you too. That is a 5 cost? Oh my. So this card actually makes a Razzle-Dazzler really good though. Wow, my dude. Didn't think of that. That is awesome. 18 damage, so that is still GG. We're guaranteed to get a lethal here. We are guaranteed to get a lethal here. Well, dude, we were so unlucky there and still managed to get like an okayish win right now. Well, auto concede against Doomgar Druids was playing the Doomgar on turn 4 and 5, right? Auto concedes, and like auto concedes against like some weird stuff right there. It's I don't know what is happening there. Like the deck is pretty cool. As I said, like I won yesterday before while I was cooking it. And right now it felt like pretty much strong, which just like at some point we were just so unlucky though. I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. I guess I won too much. But you know, just for those who do not know, like we're playing in a top legend before, so that means that we have a hidden rank right now and we face only top players right now with whatever deck we play. Even if we're like on bronze 10, we're like a chicken 10 or whatever it is, we'll still play against like top players so far that were either like a top 100 or close to it, something like this. It's really rare that the game like doesn't find someone like you know worthy opponent against you and just like hits you back to some like players who were lower on the legend rank right before. It's really rare consequence out there. So as far as this right now, thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed what you saw there. This deck is pretty nice. Make sure to try it out and let me know how well it did, like for you specifically in the comments. But I'm really glad I played an Excavate package so far. I was thinking about it for so long. Buttons appear to be really good, like in a mixture of an Excavate package plus a buttons package. It felt awesome. We forgot to include a breach in the beginning. I was thinking about like more of a value. A breach by itself, like it's kind of like a card that probably wins more against like all those OTK stuff, but it just like doesn't give you the sanity to actually win like a late game. But as you saw, we can just like be that unlucky to draw all the late games in the beginning of the all the late game cards in the beginning of the game. And I guess just an Airlock Breach is just a little better because at least you'll play it on turn 6, right? Not on turn 10 if you draw a York, for example. So I guess that is like, that is something for you to consider. You want to make this deck better for late game. You just like add more heavy cards as we did before. If you want to be to play better in an early game, you'll just like probably add something like Red or something like this to just like get better against rocks and all the good stuff. But as far as it is, that is it for now. Check all the links to the deck and to the playlist that you might enjoy in the description of the video if you're watching this on YouTube. But for now, that is bye bye.